Aspire is a statewide mentoring program through the Office of Student Access and Completion, known as OSAC, which is part of the State of Oregon's Higher Education Coordinating Commission. Our goal is to support all Oregonians in accessing opportunities beyond high school. Aspire is only possible because of volunteers, such as yourself. As you work with students, you are positively impacting their future. As an Aspire volunteer, you will help students explore educational and career options, choose the education path that best fits their goals, apply for their educational choice, and find ways to pay for their education. No pressure. A good mentor is not necessarily someone who has gone to college or had previous experience working with students. You aren't expected to be an expert on career paths or education options. A successful mentor is someone who cares about the future of their student and takes the time to know the resources. A successful mentor helps students stay organized and hit deadlines. Most of the resources and tools you need can be found in your volunteer toolkit. Later on, we will explore the toolkit together. Become an official Aspire volunteer. Expectations. Required material. To become an official Aspire mentor, you must complete a volunteer application, Aspire volunteer agreement, and pass a criminal background check. Please contact your Aspire coordinator if you have not completed these items. At the end of the year, you will be required to complete a volunteer survey. In addition to this training, you are required to complete 2 others as soon as possible: College and Career Basics, Financial Aid Basics. As a helpful support to you, ask your coordinator for the volunteer checklist. This document summarizes these requirements. Time commitment. Mentoring can be about 1 to 2 hours a week, or every other week, depending on the age of the student and what type of school they are considering applying to. However, you may have a varying schedule, which is okay. Please talk to your Aspire coordinator so that they can match their needs with your schedule. There is always some way that you can help students. Consistency is critical and is expected of our volunteers. Meetings generally take between 15 and 30 minutes, but can run shorter or longer depending on a student's needs at that time. Some students, especially seniors in the fall, will need to be mentored several times a month. Younger students may only need to meet with you a few times a year. Aspire volunteers are assigned from as few as 1 to as many as 20 students. Become an official Aspire volunteer. Safety. Site procedures. Your coordinator will have more details on specific site requirements, such as any required volunteer identification, registering with the front office, or site safety procedures. Meeting with students. An Aspire volunteer can only meet students at the Aspire site, with paid site staff present. This is for your protection and the students. Mentors cannot transport students in personal vehicles. Your Aspire coordinator may have additional rules. Communication with students. You have a commitment to your student, and they have a commitment to you. One of the greatest challenges of volunteering is making sure everyone keeps this commitment. So establish the rules early with your student. Some coordinators allow volunteers to communicate directly with the student via text or email. Check with your coordinator for accepted means of communication. Notify your coordinator if you are unable to make it to an appointment. Privacy and confidentiality. You must protect students' privacy. In your volunteer agreement, which includes a confidentiality agreement, you agree not to share financial information, personal information, or whether or not the student has applied for college. A good rule of thumb is not to discuss your student with anyone other than the Aspire coordinator. Volunteer mentors need to keep in mind that they are not the student's parent or counselor. If a student brings up sensitive personal issues, the mentor should let the Aspire coordinator know and/or refer them to a counselor. Mandatory reporting. As an official volunteer for the state of Oregon, If you suspect a case of child abuse or neglect, you must report this directly to the Oregon Department of Human Services or local law enforcement. Additional information is found in your volunteer toolkit under Policies and Procedures. You can also get additional information by going to the Oregon Department of Human Services website. After reporting, volunteers do not need to take any additional action.